It's time now to talk some women's college volleyball, and with me I have a Boylan graduate with us, and she plays volleyball at D1 level at women's college volleyball at Citadel, and it's Isa D'Angelo. And Isa, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Let's talk about some volleyball. I hear you guys are in two-a-days right now, so you're really working hard down there.
Yeah, we're working really hard. We have workouts in the morning, and then sometimes even 3 practices during the day, working about 6 to 7.5 hours every day. So it's tiring, but it's good work.
You know, you're down at a D1 school. How did you ever end up in South Carolina, a girl from Rockford, Illinois? Did you decide you wanted to go to a school like the Citadel, or did it just work out for you down there?
Well, I was recruited at my club. I played for Club Fusion in Marengo, Illinois, outside of Chicago, and they're really good at getting girls recruited and getting their names out there. So the coach here contacted me, and I just decided I wanted just an experience at a military school, and it's definitely different, but it's a very big learning experience.
Now, you're an outside hitter, and you're standing at 5'10", and it looks like you have a very good team there at Citadel. How's things look for this year?
This year it looks much better than the years prior. We have 5 new freshmen who are doing amazing. They're pushing us older girls to actually compete for our spots. They're definitely lighting a fire under us. So it's competitive during practice, but it's a good competitive, and I think it'll bring us to a higher level in our conference.
And I understand there's 4 seniors on the team. You have to take a little bit of a leadership role this year. Do you enjoy that part of it?
Yes, sir. Of course I do. We definitely have leadership in the court, so sometimes it's hard for us to balance it out when we're on the court. But we have a lot of leadership in our senior class, and we're just trying to get the freshmen introduced into what we're doing and help them get through their freshman year, which is super difficult here. But our freshmen are lifting us up as well, so it's pretty much all-around leadership on the team. They
have to also get used to that military life besides playing volleyball as well. Is that what you're talking about right there?
Yes, sir. All of us girls here have to cut our hair and get used to the uniform and just get used to getting told what to do all the time, and you have meetings and class and volleyball, and it's a lot on your plate to get used to, especially if you're not from a military family. So they're doing really well, though. They're super good in the core, and they're doing everything they need to do. So they're easy to work with.
And you guys understand that whole process. It's probably nice for them to be able to come to you and talk to you about that once in a while.
Yes, sir. It's definitely difficult getting used to it, and they went through their matriculation week, like kind of a week where they get all their training and they get tough and they do a lot of physical activity. So they come out of that and they go right into volleyball season and get into that tough season. So they have to be tough girls, and they've really managed to get through it pretty well.
You know, over your last 3 years, I've noticed that you've been placing in all the categories there at the Citadel, so it's pretty nice to be coming into your senior year looking to maybe win the conference this year.
Yes, sir. We're definitely pushing to get our record better and get some big wins in the conference, and I think our team is looking better than ever. I know a lot of people say that, but our team is looking better than it ever has this year. We have 2 new coaches, actually one who is from my club back home in Illinois. So I get to talk to her about stuff back home, Illinois things, and that's where I'm coming from, and she's an awesome grad assistant here, and we have a really good coaching staff right now. So.
You could mention your coach's name. You know, maybe some people up here will know her right away.
Yeah, it's Sandra Perry's.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Crystal Lake. So
nice.
We travel from all over. She's from the suburbs, and then we have Amir Coletti, my head coach, and then we also have Jessica Tack, who actually went to the school, and she was kind of a bigwig on campus, so she is helping us get through some school stuff as well.
Great. And I know Club Fusion, they're rooting for you right away. Let's talk about your career at Boylan. How did Boylan prepare you for the Citadel? I know that it's not like a military school, but you had to wear a uniform and probably do a little bit different things than you would at a public school.
Yes, sir. It was a good transition because I actually like the uniform lifestyle because you get up every day. It's a little different here. You have to iron and get it exactly right and shine some brass in your shoes and things like that. I didn't really have to do that at Boylan, but it did get me ready for that type of lifestyle. I was one of the only people who had worn uniforms pretty much my whole life, so you get up, you know what you're going to wear, and that's fun. But and they're definitely, they teach you a lot of respect and responsibility and time management at Boylan. So
Yep.
that's something that carried over here.
And you had good volleyball, too, at Boylan. I mean, you guys were always very competitive there, and it probably got you going along with Club Fusion and prepared for D1 volleyball.
Yes, sir. The volleyball at Boylan has exponentially expanded. Like, it's amazing. The coach Amanda there, she's one of the reasons I was even able to play D1 volleyball. She's an amazing coach, and she brought our team from nothing, like being at the bottom. And at the end, we were able to even go to a tournament and even do things. And like, once I left, it even got better. And I know that, and I kind of tried to follow them even with my busy schedule. So Amanda's an amazing coach, and she's brought Boylan volleyball to another level.
Was it a big step for you when you went from Boylan to Citadel, or did she prepare you for that?
She prepared me definitely volleyball-wise to come, because Boylan, when I got there, was a growing program as well. We were pretty much at the bottom when I was there, and then freshman year, and from freshman year to senior year, we went from the bottom to the top, and I think that's kind of how it is here, and it kind of prepared me for that. We've been working from the bottom at the Citadel to bring ourselves back up. Because we're such a young program, they haven't even had growth at the school for very long, so we're a pretty new, relatively, program compared to the rest of them. So I think being part of a growing program at Boylan has prepared me to help bring this team to a better place by the time I leave.
What did you see the adjustments that you had to make from high school to D1 college? Was there things you had to kind of view a little bit different, that you weren't maybe the star player on that team, that there's a lot of talented kids at the Citadel now?
Yes, sir. It's definitely different coming from high school going to D1, because a lot of the girls, when you come from high school volleyball, you're all recruited as kind of like your top people from where you're from. And so you get into this big group of all the people who come from being at the top. So not everyone's used to having to, like, bust their butt to get to where they want to be. And it's definitely difficult, but I think I was pretty prepared for that coming in here. So it's pretty, and weightlifting is a whole different level here. We do many things that I didn't even know how to do before I came here.
That, you know what? You sound like you're ready to go. That's what I like about you, Issa.
Yes, sir. I've learned so much here, and volleyball and any sport can teach you more than anyone can know. It's not just a sport. It's how to manage time, how to keep fit, how to take care of yourself. So I definitely take pride in playing a sport, and definitely at the school as well.
How's the discipline? I mean, you have to really be disciplined. I mean, I can just tell by the way you're talking that you have adapted to that real well, and I think, like you said, you probably really enjoy that part of it.
I actually do. It's one of the reasons I was attracted to the school, because a lot of kids go off to college and they get their freedom and they take that way too far. And here, I mean, you can do that as well, but I like the discipline part, and people want to be here for that. So they discipline you, because even the simple things, having your room clean in the morning to get inspected, it's like those little things will carry you on to the future, because if you get used to doing the little small things, you'll be disciplined in your large-scale projects that you do in the future. So,
would you recommend that to somebody from Boylan to come down to the Citadel and play it? I mean, is it fit for every girl, or do you have to have a kind of a certain mindset down there?
It's definitely not for the weak of heart. Definitely, I would tell anyone to come here. It's a good experience, but you also need to be ready. You need to be tough, have some thick skin, definitely, and just the will. If you have will, and it doesn't matter, you can come from anywhere to the school as long as you really want it. You can't come here if you don't want the discipline or want that type of education. So it's tough, but if you want it, you can get it.
And I see that in the future, I did my homework today, that you would like to end up being a dentist someday, Dr. D'Angelo.
Yes, sir. hopefully I'm trying for any dental school, really. It's really difficult to get in, but my sister just got into dental school, and we're hoping to both get in at the same place. She's going to Boston, so I'm going to try for there, and then we're going to hopefully open a practice together. So that's what's in the future if I play my cards right.
So you're telling me it's like pulling teeth to try to get a dental college to go to then, right?
Yes, sir. It's super difficult. There's only like 65, I think, in the whole country, so it's competitive.
Yeah. And also, I looked at your roster down there at Citadel. You're the Bulldogs and everything. Are you the only Northern kid on that roster right now? I mean, that's why you like to have the coach from Illinois there with you, right?
Yes, sir. We can talk about Northern things. We can talk about Portillo's and
I was just in Sycamore and Portillo's.
Yeah, we can talk about all the places we like to eat, and we can call it pop, not soda, and not get laughed at. So definitely different down here. I have to hide my accent sometimes.
You haven't picked it up at all, have you? You don't sound like you got a little Southern accent or anything.
I don't have a Southern accent, but they definitely like to pick fun at my Northern accent that I didn't even know I had until I came down here. So yeah. I didn't know that you could call any soda, you could call it Coke. I don't know. I've had to learn the language down here. So it's definitely different in the South.
Yeah, I call it pop, too. You call it pop, right?
Yeah, that's not normal down here. If you come to the South, do not say pop.
Okay. Hey, I sure appreciate you, Issa, taking this time out to talk to us, and we're going to be keeping an eye on you this year, and good luck, and I really enjoyed talking to you today and finding out that the Citadel is probably a good choice if you want some discipline in your life.
Yes, sir. It's good for the future.
We've been talking...
So, thank you very much.
You're welcome. We've been talking to Issa D'Angelo. She's a graduate of Boylan. She plays for Citadel. She's going to be a senior this year, and she's an outside hitter. She's 5'10", and we enjoyed our talk today with Issa. For StatelineSportsHub.com, I'm Dave Schmidt.